Yeah, so is my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me will start with that again. Good morning to all of you. We'll start with the quick revision, and I need a expectation from you regarding the revise stuff that we have discussed in the last lecture. Okay. So in our last lecture, we have first started with the comparative studies. Like you have given me the answer about the difference between simplest stop and wait ARQ and go back to end protocol. And after considering all this for kind of the protocols on in that data link layer, we have gone through the selective repeat ARQ, and we have compared it with the go back to N ARQ also. As well as at the end, we have understand about the piggybacking. Okay, that there are a last diagram we have. Let me go to that diagram directly so you can get the idea that where we have ended. Yes, we have ended with this diagram piggybacking with the go back to NARQ. Now, today, before going to start this lecture, what is your task? What is overall that entire class need to do? That today, at the starting 15 minutes, what you need to do? You need to write comparative kind of the points between go back to an ARQ and selective repeat ARQ. Okay, go back to an ARQ and selective repeat ARQ, as well as you need to write a small 2 to 3 line about that how that go back to an ARQ is differ from piggybacking ARQ. Okay, so here is my question, like you need to write down about that. What is the difference between go back to an ARQ and selective repeat ARQ? As well as what is the difference between normal go back to go back to an ARQ and piggybacking go back to an ARQ. So this two difference you need to write in the next 15 to 20 minutes, and all of you need to start find out from the web or whatever the lecture you have or whatever the previous video you have or whatever the sources you have, you need to write down over here. Then after we will discuss on that, then we will start with the new topic, which is HDLC. So now for initial 15 minutes, you have a time to revise that what is the difference between go back to an ARQ and selective repeat ARQ, as well as what is the difference between go back to an ARQ and piggybacking ARQ. So small difference between them. You can write down two line difference between all of them. So overall 8 line you can write. That's not an issue, but it should be expect from everyone that you need to write a difference between go back to an ARQ, selective repeat ARQ, as well as go back to NARQ and piggybacking go back to NARQ. Okay, so your time is starting now. It's a 9:37, and after exact 15 minutes, we will go and discuss whatever your answer. And along with that, there is an initial attendance also. So everybody need to write their response as well as they need to write their enrollment number. So I need to identify. I want to identify that who is giving the response. So your time is starting now. Everybody start writing this one. Is that question is clear or somebody has not got the question? Difference between go back to an ARQ and selective repeat ARQ, as well as difference between go back to an ARQ and piggybacking go back to an ARQ. So there's two difference you need to write over here. Okay, everybody start writing quickly. Let me just put a diagram over here so you can get the better idea that what are the basic diagram of piggybacking, or one common diagram that is going to be used in many of the cases. So from that you can identify, like this is a diagram of piggybacking go back to an ARQ, but you can find out the relative difference between all the other also. So please use this diagram so you can find out the difference between them. Your time is already started. Write it quickly. It's 8 line response of each and every difference, like two line difference between this both of the technique. You can write it. Okay, not an issue. But I required the summary conclusion of our previous lecture. Everybody, please start. Okay, Sanjay, I think you have not got the question. You open your mic and tell me, okay, why you are typing. I am on the other screen. Yes, Sanjay, what is the question? So, what is the difference between go back to N and selective repeat request? So, this is the first question. Second question, what is the difference between go back to N and go back to N piggybacking? So this is the two answer. You need to write a 4 line kind of the answer for both of them, like 2 line for like each different. So overall 8 lines you need to write about this two question. What is the difference between this all this stuff? Okay, is it okay, Sanjay?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Write it quickly. Write it quickly. I'm waiting for the answer. Still, there is a 5 minute is left. 10 minute is still. You have to do this. Everybody, please type it quickly. Okay, Ayush has given his response. Sliding window sender capacity is N and receiver capacity is 1. Correct, Ayush? And selected repeat request both sender and receiver capacity N. Okay, you can say like that. Okay, go back to N if packet is in the sign when there is a timeout, there a sender side, it will think the packet is lost. Remain until window frame is lost packet. Okay. Monil, you have written a go back to N if send frame are find suspect and all the frame are retransmitted from the lost packet. Monil, you have just written about the go back to N protocol. I have asked you about the difference. What is go back to N selective repeat request? Both of them. What are the difference between them that I have asked you? You just add your response, modified your response. And regarding the piggybacking, might be that people are not writing this stuff about the piggybacking. Okay, piggybacking, yes, Kolola has written that when piggybacking go back to an ARQ, the receiver waits until the network layer passes the next data packet. Acknowledges then attached during the outgoing frame. Okay, it's relatively right. Okay, it's the difference between that go back to and selective repeat is also right by yes, Kolola. That's main difference between protocol after finding the suspected or damage in send frame, go back to end protocol, retransmit. While over there, entire frame from the beginning need to transmit, but over here only single kind of the packet we need to transmit in select to repeat. Oh, that is efficiency related stuff which is written by Michelle. Okay. Okay. Go back to select to replace go is less complex. Go go back to write the same just sorting. Okay. Like if it is not like I would like to tell everyone that I'm not that directly saying that like directly go and copy and paste from the internet if you have, or you just write in your word only. It's not like यहाँ पे competition नहीं चल रहा है कौन अच्छा इंग्लिश लिखेगा कौन ज्यादा बड़ा, like not. I have said whatever your understanding, whatever you have learned from the previous lecture, that response only I required over here. Okay, it's not that we can say that's that much of the competition and everybody need to give the answer and it should be a kind of the very English in manner. So whatever the answer in your mind, you can write it. Okay, it's not that much of the any, but I request that whatever you are understanding that you need to write. Okay. Okay, so majority of the students are writing good one. Still we have kind of the 2 to 3 minute. uh, we'll go up to 9:52. Up to that, whatever the response are, that is accepted. We have near about 56 students, and out of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21. Okay, 21 22 response we have got. 23 24. Okay, so still half of the students still need to give the response. So do it fast, fast, fast. You have 3 minutes to do that. After that, we are going with that difference, and then we'll go with the HDLC frame. Yes, so Nancy, are you asking the question or you have just type it over here? Hello, Nancy. क्वेश्चन के सामने क्वेश्चन ऐसा हो गया. Hello. So उमेश कारेठा, उमेश भाई आपने किसी और का कॉपी करके क्यों लिख दिया मेरे भाई, बताइए.
नहीं सर, मैंने तो गूगल में से लिखा.
पक्का?
हाँ पक्का, मैं स्क्रीनशॉट
क्या
करके भी बताता हूँ आपको.
ऐसा क्या? रुकिए. And go back to end frame is suspected or and go back to end frame is suspected. देखे मिहिर कोरिंगा का स्टार्टिंग सेम जैसा ही है. ओके. देखिए श्याम मकवाना का भी सेम जैसा है. कहाँ से कॉपी किए हो आप? मैंने नेट से कॉपी करके ही लिख लिया. ओके, getting from tutorialspoint.com. What is difference between them? So directly tutorial में से लिख के इधर कर दिया. चलिए चलिए कोई बात नहीं. चलिए. So now let's we will go with the stuff like what is actually difference between them. Okay, so if we can see the difference between all of them, like if there is a go back to an ARQ and select to repeat ARQ. So if you simply go with the diagram that what is going to be happen in go back to an ARQ, in go back to an ARQ, whenever there is a frame lost is going to be there. Whenever some frame is going to be lost from that, and after that also some extra frame already sent. आप यहाँ पे कह सकते हो कि आपने frame 1 भेजा था, 2 भेजा, 3 भेजा, लेकिन यहाँ से आप कह सकते हो कि आपका 2 और 3 तो सक्सेसफुली मिला है, लेकिन frame 1 lost हो गया है. So during this particular process, your receiver side only one frame which is allowed to enter and acknowledgement is going to be given one by one. So यहाँ पे जब तक आपका frame 1 नहीं मिलता है तब तक ये आगे नहीं जाएगा. So we can say it is not accepting the frame number 2 and 3, or we can say after some time यहाँ पे frame 1 का acknowledgement नहीं मिलेगा. So you can say frame 1 lost हुआ, उसका acknowledgement पूरे timer खत्म होने तक आपको मिला ही नहीं. So automatic go back to an ARQ, what it will do? It will automatically send that frame 1, frame 2 and frame 3 again. Okay, due to the frame 1 is getting lost. Okay, so go back to an ARQ में क्या था? Like जो भी आपका frame lost है वहीं से फिर से resend होना चालू होगा after timer is going to be expired. Why? Because in the receiver side only one window is there, only one frame window is there. While in a selective repeat ARQ, what are the stuff we have? Both side we have the major size, or we can say big size of the window size. We are like the N, we can say. So if there is a one side we are having a 7, or we can say one side we are having a 8 box are there. So receiver side also the 8 box are there. So what in selective repeat ARQ it will do? It will do that whatever the frame was missing or it is getting lost during the transmission, that lost frame only need to resend. तो आप सिलेक्टिव रिपीट ARQ में ऐसा कह सकते हो कि जो भी फ्रेम आपकी लॉस्ट हुई है उसका नेगेटिव एक्नॉलेजमेंट रिसीवर जनरेट करेगा, और जिसका नेगेटिव एक्नॉलेजमेंट जनरेट हुआ है वही फ्रेम आपको फिर से भेजनी है. So this is a basic difference कि go back to an ARQ में आपको पहले से चालू करना पड़ता था, लेकिन इन सिलेक्टिव रिपीट ARQ यहाँ पे क्या करना पड़ेगा? जिसका नेगेटिव एक्नॉलेजमेंट है, whatever the negative acknowledgement you have, that frame only you need to reset. Rest of the stuff going to be as it is. While in a piggybacking, what we can say, whatever the previous protocol we have seen in which sender are sending and receiver are giving the acknowledgement, so such type of the model we have. But it is also possible that while receiver also send the information, at that time transmitter need to give the acknowledgement to them. So you can consider two station, लाइक ये भी इंफॉर्मेशन भेज रहा है, दूसरी साइड भी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रहा है, तो क्या होगा? दोनों साइड से फ्रेम जाएगी और दोनों साइड से एक्नॉलेजमेंट भी मिलेगा. सो वी कैन से व्हाटएवर द फ्रेम इज गोइंग टू बी ट्रांसमिटेड फ्रॉम वन साइड, it is going to be acknowledgement from the other side, as well as whatever the frame is going to be transmitted from second side, acknowledgement is generated from the another side. So go back to an ARQ or piggybacking में क्या difference है? Like in go back to a normal ARQ, we are having a model like sending and second is going to be receiver give the acknowledgement. But while in piggybacking, this stuff is going to be happen in both of the side. Like sender भी frame भेज सकता है, acknowledgement भी भेज सकता है, और receiver side भी वो भी frame भेज सकता है और acknowledgement भी भेज सकता है. So likewise frame structure is going to be changed. जो आपका रेगुलर फ्रेम है उसी में एक्नॉलेजमेंट भी होगा और सीक्वेंस नंबर भी होगा. लाइक यहाँ पे प्रीवियस केस में क्या था, हमारे पास एक्नॉलेजमेंट था, लाइक वी कैन से देयर इज अ फ्रेम आर देयर, और रिवर्स जो भी आता है उसमें एक्नॉलेजमेंट आता. सो वी कैन से देयर आर वन डेडिकेटेड फ्रेम फॉर द एक्नॉलेजमेंट, बट ओवर हियर दैट सेम फ्रेम इज गोइंग टू बी accommodated in the main sequence frame. Why? Because both side the data packet is going to be transmitted. That's why in one packet only acknowledgement stuff is going to be added over there along with the sequence number. So this is a basic difference between all of them. I hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, any query, you can ask me right now. Any doubt, any query to anybody, please? Okay. So we will start with the new stuff, which is a HDLC. So there is a HDLC, which is a full name is a high level data link control, which is a bit oriented protocol for the communication over two type of the process like point to point and multi point links. like we can say HDLC is a beat oriented protocol. Okay, and it's going to be work on a point to point, like one to one communication and one to many communication. So in both of the case, this HDLC control is going to be applied. It implement the ARQ mechanism, automatic repeat request, as we have discussed in this chapter. So that whatever the automatic repeat request, either go back to and selective request, depend upon the one of the algorithm in that ARQ mechanism, this HDLC protocol is going to be work. How it is applied, what are the stuff is there, how that packet is going to be returned, all type of the example we are going to discuss. But first we need to understand what is a configuration, what are the modes, frame, control fields, and all stuff. So there is a two stuff we have. First, we need to consider that there are a point to point and point to multi-point, we can say. So first mode, we are having a normal response mode. Okay. So in normal response mode, what we have, you need to understand it clearly. Like in normal mode, one is a master computer. Okay. We can say one is a master computer, which is connected with the many computers. That we can say a multi-point connection. While one is a master computer which is connected with the any single computer which is considered as a point to point link. So आप कह सकते हो कि आपके पास एक मास्टर कंप्यूटर है, उसके साथ अगर एक ही कंप्यूटर कनेक्टेड है तो आप उसको कह सकते हो पॉइंट टू पॉइंट कनेक्शन, और वो मास्टर कंप्यूटर के साथ बहुत सारे कंप्यूटर कनेक्टेड है, so we can say that is a point to multi point connection. So we can say like what is going to be happen in that mode. So in normal response mode, what are the stuff happen, like जो मास्टर कंप्यूटर है वो कमांड भेजता है और सेकेंडरी कंप्यूटर है उसको रिस्पॉन्स देता है, लाइक दिस इज माय कमांड, what is your response from your side. It's not allowed to send the command from the secondary side. So master जो कमांड बोलेगा उस हिसाब से उसको रिस्पॉन्स देना है, वो कमांड नहीं दे सकता है मास्टर्स को. So you can say in normal mode whatever the command generated from the primary computer, secondary computers are give the response. So in point to point, secondary computer will give the response. So it's going to be one command and one response. While in the multi-point, one command and secondary computer wise, there are different responses are there. So this is a normal mode in which one primary computer give the command, secondary computer give the response. Simple stuff. Second stuff, which is a asynchronous balance mode. So normal mode में ये था, अभी asynchronous balance mode में क्या है? Like in asynchronous balance mode, whatever the computer connected through the link, okay, all computer can generate the command, all computer can generate the response. Okay, आप ये कह सकते हो कि भाई ये कंप्यूटर ने कमांड जनरेट किया है तो ये कंप्यूटर उसको रिस्पॉन्स करेगा, as well as this computer also give the command, as well as this computer will give the response. तो आप कमांड और रिस्पॉन्स दोनों चीज में आप ऐसा कंसीडर यहाँ पे कर सकते हो कि लाइक आप कंसीडर करो कि हमारा गो बैक टू एन ARQ था, तो आप क्या कह सकते हो कि सेंडर ने जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन भेजा है रिसीवर को एक्नॉलेजमेंट करना है, तो आप ये कह सकते हो कि जो सेंडर है वो कमांड भेज रहा है, रिसीवर उसको रिस्पॉन्स भेज रहा है इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्नॉलेजमेंट. ओके, सो वी कैन से देयर इज अ नॉर्मल मोड, बट in a piggybacking you can say whatever the command is generating from the sender side, receiver side give response also, and it will also give the command also that is need to be responded from the sender side. So we can say that is going to be asynchronous mode. It means both system can give the command, can give the response. So this is the difference between both of them. Now let's move for the HDLC frame. So two type of the mode we have. You can say in one mode there are broadcasting type of the stuff, or only one sided, like whatever the information going to be sent, they need to just get the acknowledgement, like humko message mil gaya, in normal mode. But in second one there is a bi-directional information exchange is there. Now under this condition we are having a basic frame structure are there. So for the different mode, for the different type of the procedure, different HDLC frame is going to be used. Okay, so three type of the frame we have. I frame, that we can say which is going to be information frame. S frame, that we can say as a service frame. And while U frame, which is going to be related to the utility, or it's going to be management related frames. Okay, so what are the difference between them in all of the frame? You can say like whenever you are having a I frame, whenever you are having a I frame, so in that both of the information is going to be contained, control information also and user information also. आप कह सकते हो, if you have a I frame, so it is containing the message also, it is containing the response also. So we can say it is containing the control frame also, it is containing the information also. This type of the frame which is a I frame. While S frame, which is service frame, which is consider have only a control sequence only. So जब भी हमको कंट्रोलिंग सीक्वेंस करना है, कंट्रोलिंग मैसेज भेज रहा है, लाइक आपका एक एसिंक्रोनस मोड में है या नहीं, मुझे आपका स्टेटस दो, आपका कनेक्शन है या नहीं, डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए, what there are several service kind of the process is there, or service kind of the segregation is there. We are going to discuss it in one table. So whenever only service information is there, no data, at that time it is only containing the control frame only, user information is not going to be there. Okay, so there are the other stuff is also that we are going to be discussed, but after that after that discussing the U frame. Now in U frame what we have, it is having a management information. Now management information, it means what? Like it is going to identify that in U frame what are the different status of this frame, like whether it is disconnection mode is there. If you have I am going to ask you about the generate the connection or start the acknowledgement or give me the initial mode, that management related frame is going to be added in the U frame. So we can say in U frame, control frame also there, but management information is there. Now how it is differ from management and user information, it means data, like whatever the data you want to transmit from one place to the another place, like you have converted some text file into the digital, and that text file you need to send from one to another place. So that text file converted into the digital consider as a user information, while management information, which is a basic stuff like what is the status of this sender right now, whether we are in connection mode or not, okay, that management beat is going to be added in a U frame. Okay, now what are the different stuff here? Like flag, we know that. What is a flag? Which is going to be predefined beat, like we have discussed at the beginning of this particular chapter. Like there is a 0, 6 times 1 and 0, such type of the stuff is going to be there with the flag, which is going to be starting and ending. And why this flag is going to be used? Does anybody tell me that why this flag information is going to be used? फ्लैग इंफॉर्मेशन हम फ्लैग क्यों यूज करते हैं फ्रेम में? चलिए कोई माइक ओपन करके बताइए मेरे को, व्हाई वी आर यूजिंग अ फ्लैग इन आवर फ्रेम स्ट्रक्चर? जब हम फ्रेम बनाते हैं डेटा लिंक लेयर पे, तब फ्लैग क्यों यूज करते हैं? एवरीबॉडी प्लीज रिप्लाई. Anybody please open their mic and tell me quickly. Or is it considered nobody is giving the kind of the attention on the lecture or busy?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
My question is why flag we are using in a framing structure? Flag हम क्यों use करते हैं जब भी हम frame बनाते हैं? तो what is the importance of this flag? Yes, why we are using a flag? 56 students are there and nobody is able to.
Sir, flag is used to find which field is safe.
Which field is safe? Any other word, like it's not directly related. We cannot say safe, but there are some specific kind of the reason for that, why we need to add a flag.
To mark out the sensitive.
Mark out the sensitive information? No, like flag is going to be added in every information. Like अगर आपका नेटवर्क लेयर में से 8 बीट का डेटा जनरेट हुआ है, तो सब डेटा के लिए फ्लैग तो जनरेट होगा ही होगा. वो पूरा जितने भी फ्रेम भेज रहे हो, वो सब फ्रेम, वेदर वो मैनेजमेंट बीट है, कंट्रोल फील्ड है, इंफॉर्मेशन है, कुछ भी है, फ्लैग तो ऐड होगा ही होगा. आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो जो भी हमारी फ्रेम स्ट्रक्चर है, सब में फ्लैग तो है ही. ओके, चाहे वो इंफॉर्मेशन हो, कंट्रोल हो, या फिर मैनेजमेंट सीक्वेंस हो, कुछ भी डेटा हो, लेकिन फ्लैग तो जनरेट होगा ही होगा. क्यों? That is my question.
Sir, to make the route more easy.
We can say one of the stuff like to route more easy, instead of we can say like to separate out different messages, or we can say separate out the different frames. आप अपना डेटा जब नेटवर्क लेयर में से डेटा लिंक लेयर पे लेते हो, वहां पे कंपलसरी लाइक कंपलसरी यू आर एडिंग अ फ्रेम ओवर हियर. यस, मुकुंद हैज सेड, लेट मी जस्ट टेक दैट आंसर. Flags are used to indicate a particular state of connection or provide some additional useful information like troubleshooting. We can say like that also. More in general, in simple word, we can say to distinguish between a different frames. अभी मैं ऐसा करूं कि मेरे पास आई फ्रेम है. अभी आई फ्रेम के बाद जस्ट अ सेकेंड. सो मोर इन जनरल वी कैन से, आप ऐसा कंसीडर कीजिए कि मैं आई फ्रेम भेज रहा हूं, उसके बाद मुझे कंट्रोल फ्रेम भेजना है. लेट्स टेक आई नीड टू सेंड अ एस फ्रेम. So how I can separate out like this is a AI frame and this is a S frame. So for that I need to use a such type of the extra bit which is going to be added at the starting of the sequence and at the ending of the sequence. तो आपका जो भी डेटा आपका नेटवर्क लेयर में से या कहीं पे भी आ रहा है, अगर आप उधर स्टार्टिंग में कोई एक स्पेसिफिक बीट ऑफ सीक्वेंस भेज रहे हो और एंडिंग में वही सेम सीक्वेंस रिपीट कर रहे हो, सो विद दैट एनकैप्सुलेशन ऑफ दिस फ्लैग आप आइडेंटिफाई कर सकोगे कि भाई इसके बीच में एक्चुअल डेटा है जो नेटवर्क लेयर से आ रहा है. सो वी कैन से लाइक दैट फ्लैग व्हिच विल kind of the it's going to be encapsulated with the data which is coming from the higher level. और अगर आप स्टार्टिंग में फ्लैग भेज रहे हो और आपका रिसीवर जब भी आइडेंटिफाई करेगा कि लाइक अभी ये बीट सीक्वेंस मेरे पास आई है, सो आई कैन कंसीडर देयर इज अ बिगिनिंग ऑफ द फ्रेम. और सेम सीक्वेंस जब भी मुझे फिर से देखने को मिले तो मैं ये कंसीडर कर सकता हूं कि नाउ फ्रेम इज गोइंग टू बी एंडेड, नाउ न्यू फ्रेम इज गोइंग टू बी केम. तो फ्रेम एक फ्रेम है वो दूसरी फ्रेम से सेपरेट भी हो गई. So to separate out the both of the information, separate out the both of the frame, that flag is going to be very much useful. तो आप जब भी ये फ्लैग भेजते हो तो वो बताता है कि लाइक ये पूरा फ्रेम है जिसका स्टार्टिंग यहां से है और एंडिंग यहां पे है. And flag is generating from specific sequence of the code like 0 6 time 1 then 0, which is going to be ended, which is going to be repeat starting and ending. और उसके बीच में जो डेटा है वो आपका इंफॉर्मेशन है, एड्रेस है, कंट्रोल है, यूजर, बहुत सारी चीजें. बट इसके बीच में आपका एक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन रहेगा. ये सपोर्टिव है. आप कैसे कह सकते हो कि लाइक जब भी आप कुछ चीज ऑर्डर करते हो तो वो चीज ऐसे ही आती है, वो एक पूरे पैकेट में आती है ना, उसके बीच में लो लाइक देयर इज अ एंटायर बॉक्स इज देयर, वो बॉक्स में पैक होके आती है. सो यू कैन कंसीडर दिस बॉक्स इज कंसीडर एज अ फ्लैग फॉर दैट. तो आप अलग अलग बॉक्स के हिसाब से इंफॉर्मेशन आप सेपरेट कर सकते हो. ये छोटा बॉक्स है, इसमें छोटी इंफॉर्मेशन होगी, बड़ा बॉक्स है, बड़ी इंफॉर्मेशन होगी. लाइकवाइज you can separate out. So this is a one type of the boxing of that particular information. So this is the importance of the flag. While address which will give you, is that clear to everyone what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now what is the stuff we have about the address? So address which is related to the what is the next information or where you are sending. Like आप एड्रेस किसका भेजोगे, जिस जहां पे आपको ये पैकेट भेजना है. So we can say address will containing that what is my destination location or destination address is there, that is going to be added over here in the address. Control field, like we are going to discuss about the control field later on. Like there is in control field also there are a different frame is there, like I frame, S frame, U frame. There are a different control sequence is going to be there. So control beat, or depending on the different control, there are a different response are there. Normal mode, extended modes, asynchronous mode, acknowledgement, request. There are lots of stuff is there. Okay, so that control beat is going to be related to the what is a frame structure, whether they are creating initial connection, whether they are disconnecting the connection. Depending upon that, whether it's entire packet is full or negative acknowledgement I need to generate, all this stuff going to be added in the control. User information, you can say like it's actual information. FSC, which is going to be related to the kind of the identify the carrier, we can say checksum, we can say or which is related to identify that whether there are a error in frame checksum, you can say, which is whether the error is going to be there in the information or not. Okay, checksum is going to be added in every frame over here in HDLC to identify that whatever the data which is associated in entire frame, according to that उसका एक checksum generate होगा. तो पहले जैसे ही आप इसको रिसीव करोगे, whenever you are going to receive those flag, first it will identify that whatever the checksum I have with respect to that checksum, whether this information is match or not. Okay, checksum कैसे बनता है, जैसे आपका इंफॉर्मेशन है उसी हिसाब से आपका checksum बनता है. तो पहले रिसीवर आइडेंटिफाई करेगा whatever the information I am getting, whether the same checksum is generating. मैं ये रिसीवर साइड के साइड बोल रहा हूँ कि जैसे ही रिसीवर के पास ये पूरा पैकेट आएगा, वो क्या चेक करेगा कि भाई यहाँ पे चेकसम क्या जनरेट होता है ये फ्रेम को बात करने के बाद. यू कैन कंसीडर लाइक एड्रेस, कंट्रोल और यूजर इंफॉर्मेशन सबको मिला के चेकसम क्या हो रहा है. Whether this checksum is similar as this checksum which is transmitted by the sender, if yes, then correct packet is going to be received, and if it is not, there are some error is going to be there. Okay, so checksum is identify that whether there is an error is there in system or not, and to identify that error, checksum bit is going to be added in each and every frame, either it's I, S or U. Well, management bit is information like management sequence are there, whether it is related to the disconnection, whether it is related to servicing or set up the initial connection. Management information is going to be set. Now we will go with the control field. तो जो हमारे पास control field है उसमें क्या क्या चीजें यहाँ पे हो सकती है. Just a second. Yes. So in a control field, we can say like if in control field, how you can distinguish, like from आप control field को देख के आप पता कर सकते हो कि ये I frame होगा, S frame होगा या U frame होगा. So if there is a 8 bit of kind of the size of this control field is there, if first bit is going to be 0, अगर first bit आपका 0 है तो वो I frame ही होगा. Okay, if this is going to be 1, if first bit is going to be 1 and second bit is going to be 0, then it is always going to be a S frame. But if both bit is going to be 1, then it is considered as a U frame. तब कह सकते हो अगर फर्स्ट बिट 0 है तो वो आई फ्रेम ही होगा, उसमें इंफॉर्मेशन ही होगी. अगर 1 0 है तो वो कंट्रोल फील्ड होगा, और 1 1 है तो वो मैनेजमेंट फ्रेम होगी. Likewise, you can distinguish between all of them. Now that orange and all stuff which is related to the NS and NR, we are going to discuss one by one, and we can say whatever the acknowledgement, polling, and whatever the frame number are there which is associated between this 3 or 2 3 type of the boxes over here. Now what are the stuff we have, like we will discuss over here. We'll start with the U frame. Let's see in the U frame. अभी U frame में आप देखिए यहाँ पे क्या है आपके पास. There are 2 3 boxes are there. So ये 2 bit तो fix है ही, like it's a 1 1. So अगर ये first bit 1 1 है तो वो U frame ही होगा. अभी हमको क्या डिस्कस करना है, what about this 2 bit and this 3 bit. So with respect to this 2 bit and 3 bit, there are a different responses generated. Like we can say if first 2 bit and 0 0 and last 3 bit is going to be 0 0 1, it is considered, it is a management bit considered as a set a normal response mode. वो मैनेजमेंट कमांड देता है लाइक आप नॉर्मल रिस्पांस मोड में आप कंसीडर करो. तभी नॉर्मल रिस्पांस मोड क्या था, आप बता सकते हो मेरे को, व्हाट इज नॉर्मल रिस्पांस मोड? Can you tell me what is normal response mode? हमने स्टार्टिंग में ये भी कंसीडर किया नॉर्मल रिस्पांस मोड एंड एसिंक्रोनस मोड. नॉर्मल रिस्पांस मोड क्या है? हेलो, कितनी देर में भूल गए सब लोग. This is the normal response mode.
Point off.
My connection is okay or not? Yes. In normal response mode क्या होगा? Yes, point to point as well as primary will give the command, secondary will give the response. So जैसे ही ये मैनेजमेंट बीट आएगा, जैसे ही मैनेजमेंट बीट यहाँ से शूट आउट होगा जिसमें ये इंफॉर्मेशन है, लाइक ये फ्रेम में फर्स्ट टू बीट 1 1, कोड यहाँ पे 0 0 और यहाँ पे लास्ट 3 बीट भी 0 0 1। अगर ऐसा कोड जनरेट होता है एक साइड से दूसरे साइड तक, तो क्या वो इंडिकेट करेगा कि जो भी अभी आपका प्राइमरी स्टेशन है वही इंफॉर्मेशन भेजेगा, आपको सिर्फ रिस्पॉन्स ही करना है। तो जैसे ये मैनेजमेंट बीट सेंडर से रिसीवर साइड जाएगा, वो पता चल जाएगा भाई मुझे बोलना नहीं है, मुझे जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन आए उसको एक्नॉलेज ही करना है। So we can say according to that code you are sending, that is just for example, like जैसे ही आप कोड भेजते हो, according to that code different mode is going to be set, normal, then asynchronous, then unnumbered information, acknowledgement, disconnect, unnumbered poll, reset, exchange ID, frame reject. There are the different stuff is there which is associated with this 5 bit. तो जिस तरह से 5 बीट आप सेट करते हो उस हिसाब से आपका पूरा HDLC फ्रेम जनरेट होगा। कमांड मोड, रिस्पॉन्स मोड और कमांड रिस्पॉन्स कंबाइनली, नॉर्मल मोड, एसिंक्रोनस मोड, ये सब चीजें पहले मैनेजमेंट बीट डिसाइड करता है लाइक किस तरह से कम्युनिकेशन होगा, नॉर्मल मोड में, एसिंक्रोनस मोड में। नॉर्मल मोड में होगा तो अभी कनेक्शन है या नहीं, ओके कनेक्शन है तो आप अभी मैं फ्रेम नंबर 1 भेज रहा हूं, आपको क्या करना है, आपको सिर्फ एक्नॉलेजमेंट भेजना है। सो वी कैन से वन बाय वन व्हाटएवर द फ्रेम इज गोइंग टू बी जनरेटेड इन दैट फ्रेम, that all type of this stuff is going to be exchanged. Okay, so these are the stuff we have like whenever we are having this frame structure and there is a different mode. Now we will discuss one example over here, and according to that we have identified, then after go with the further question. So in figure 11.1, first we need to read and then we need to see what it will say. It shows how U-frame can be used for connection establishment and connection release. While node A asks for the connection with asynchronous balance mode frame, node B gives the positive response with the unnumbered acknowledgement. After this two exchange, data going to be transferred, and the two nodes that are shown, it's not going to be shown in figure, but after the data transfer, node A send the disconnect request as well as that station B confirm this disconnection, and entire communication is going to be over. Let's see the diagram. Now this is an example of the connection. So आप देखिए यहाँ पे क्या है, स्टेशन नोड ए है, यू फ्रेम भेजता है पहले ही SABM। तो SABM क्या है हमारे पास, सेट एसिंक्रोनस बैलेंस मोड। तो यहाँ पे क्या है देखिए 1 1 है, तो मतलब कि यू फ्रेम इनिशियली भेजेगा। सो मैनेजमेंट डेटा इज देयर। सो जैसे हमने वो फ्रेम स्ट्रक्चर यहाँ पे देखा था, लाइक दिस द फ्रेम स्ट्रक्चर, क्या होगा, फ्लैग, एड्रेस, कंट्रोल, मैनेजमेंट, FCS एंड फ्लैग। So we can say this is a state over here, flag, B, control, management, FC, और लेकिन कंट्रोल में भी क्या होना चाहिए, तो ये मैनेजमेंट डेटा है तो ये 1 1 तो होगा ही होगा कंपलसरी। अभी देखिए 1 1 and 1 0 0, so 1 1 and 1 0 0 what it will say is 1 1 and 1 0 0 will tell us set asynchronous mode। तो नोड ए को क्या बोलेगा कि हमको सेट एसिंक्रोनस मोड में कम्युनिकेट करना है, मतलब कि आप भी कमांड दे सकते हो, मैं रिस्पॉन्ड करूंगा, मैं भी कमांड दूंगा, आपको रिस्पॉन्स करना है। सो बोथ वे वी कैन एक्सचेंज द डेटा इन अ एसिंक्रोनस मोड। सो मोड भी क्या करेगा, उसको रिप्लाई करेगा, रिप्लाई विथ 0 1 1 0। ओके, सेम फ्रेम में 0 1 1 0 क्या है, अब देखिए यहाँ पे 0 1 1 0 क्या करता है, अननंबर्ड एक्नॉलेजमेंट। तो जो भी आपने यहाँ पे रिक्वेस्ट भेजा था कि हमको एसिंक्रोनस बैलेंस मोड में कम्युनिकेशन करना है, नोड बी गिव द एक्नॉलेजमेंट फॉर दैट, यस आई एम रेडी टू डू दैट। बाद में डेटा ट्रांसफर होगा, आप कह सकते हो जो भी यहाँ से पैकेट जाएगा वहां से एक्नॉलेजमेंट मिलेगा, फिर से पैकेट जाएगा एक्नॉलेजमेंट मिलेगा। और कैसे पैकेट और एक्नॉलेजमेंट जाएगा, कौन से फ्रेम में, फ्रेम विच इज गोइंग टू बी ओवर हियर, विच इज आई फ्रेम। आई फ्रेम में ऑल द डेटा, कंट्रोल ऑल्सो देयर, यूजर इंफॉर्मेशन इज ऑल्सो देयर, all this stuff going to be over there। तो आप ये कंसीडर कर सकते हो कि यूजर इंफॉर्मेशन है, लेकिन कंट्रोल में उस टाइम क्या होगा, कंट्रोल में ये सब सीक्वेंस होगा NS and NR। सो कौन सा सीक्वेंस नंबर आप भेज रहे हो, कौन सा एक्नॉलेजमेंट जा रहा है, सो बोथ साइड this 0 this control frame is going to be shared, which is not directly seen over here, लेकिन that time कौन सा कंट्रोल फील्ड यूज होगा डेटा ट्रांसफर के टाइम पे, आई फ्रेम वाला। ये जो प्रीवियस कनेक्शन था, जैसे यहाँ पे हम कंट्रोल और मैनेजमेंट सीक्वेंस कर रहे हैं, तो वहां पे कौन सा कंट्रोल सीक्वेंस होगा? ये थर्ड वाला, यू फ्रेम वाला। लेकिन जब भी डेटा ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है तब कौन सा सीक्वेंस जाएगा? इट्स गोइंग टू बी आई फ्रेम। ओके, सो ये पूरा कंट्रोल सीक्वेंस उसमें काम करेगा। NS will give you the sender packet number, receiver will give the acknowledgement number, likewise both side the data going to be exchanged. So data transfer के दरमियान क्या होगा? Like what is in between in data transfer? I-frame control sequence are there, और management की जगह पे information आ जाएगा, rest of the stuff going to be as it is. After the data transmission over, what U-frame will do? Now U-frame will generate a, like from node A it is generated disconnection request. So disconnection request कहाँ पे है? यहाँ पे number 0010। तो अब देखो 0010 पे क्या है? यस, ये रहा डिस्कनेक्ट और रिक्वेस्ट डिस्कनेक्ट। तभी नोड 1 भेजेगा भी इंफॉर्मेशन खत्म हो गया, अभी हम डिस्कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं। In reply same like 00110 it will give you the acknowledgement and entire communication is going to be over. Okay, so initially पहले उसने एसिंक्रोनस मोड में ट्रांसमिशन का इनिशिएट किया, नोड बी ने एक्नॉलेजमेंट किया, बाद में आई फ्रेम को यूज करके पूरा डेटा ट्रांसफर हुआ, बाद में फिर से डिस्कनेक्ट का रिक्वेस्ट किया और उसको एक्नॉलेज किया। This is the entire stuff we have in the node A and node B of this entire stuff. We have only 5 to 6 minutes over here. Does anybody having any question or any doubt? Quickly tell me. Anybody having any doubt or any question? जो
No,
लोग
sir.
यस जो लोग अभी लैब में नहीं आ रहे हैं उसको मैं बताना चाह रहा हूँ, लाइक इन whatever the lab that we are going to be conducted in this week, we have completed we have completed most of the online practical, and whatever the requirement on the online that practical we have done it. And there are requests from the head of the department and kind of the higher authority and from the student also. Ayush Parekh, wait for some time. There is a still 10:24. I will ask and then tell me. Okay, no issue. I will take your attendance. Don't worry. So as per the request from that, like it's a continuous internet access is there and 4 hours of the lecture, and we have started this sub early. Okay, at the beginning of during the lockdown also. So what they have decided, like now lab is going to be depend upon the demand. Like if you have any question, any doubt or any specific time required, then we are going to conduct the lab, and whenever it is required, the regular lab after the commencement of the semester, if there is a hardware lab is required, or if you want to come to the college and performance is going to lab performance we need to do, so that's going to be covered. But now from the next week onwards, like lab session is not going to be there. We can utilize it whenever it is required for any extra kind of the discussion or doubt solving or any type of the activity for that. So it's such type of the management have been done by the kind of the department and kind of the higher authority. So we need to follow that. तो मेरा ये कहना है यहाँ पे जितने लोगों का कैनवास पे असाइनमेंट कुछ भी बाकी है, complete it okay as soon as possible, because already जितने भी लोग लैब में आ रहे हैं मैं इंडिविजुअल सबको डेडलाइन दे रहा हूँ कि आप एक वीक में सबमिट कीजिए. सो प्लीज सबमिट. जितने लोग लैब में आए हैं, कल आज भी लैब है, जो भी बैच का लैब आज भी है, वो लैब में जितने लोगों को बाकी मैं उसको एक्सटेंशन दूंगा कि भाई आप पेंडिंग असाइनमेंट सबमिट कर सकते हो, स्पेशली अबाउट दी lab experiment. Rest of the kind of the worksheet and all stuff already quiz and already is open for all. You can submit it anytime. लेकिन lab experiment है, as soon as possible आप complete कीजिए. rubric on demand का task complete कीजिए. अगर आप last lab में नहीं थे और अभी आप आ रहे हो, so this is the last lab we have. जो बंदे का पहले से सब कुछ, I am not talking about D2D student, I am talking about रेगुलर स्टूडेंट है, लेकिन स्टार्टिंग से उसका सेमेस्टर चालू हो गया है, फिर भी अभी उसका कुछ भी सबमिशन नहीं हुआ है. मैंने उसको 2 लैब तक चांस दिया, सबमिट करिए, 2 बफर लैब दीजिए. अभी भी आप सबमिट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, देन विल गो विद सम डॉक्यूमेंट प्रोसेस की लैब. आप क्यों नहीं है, आप मेरे को अभी वैलिड रीजन बताओ. सो आज लैब जिसका लैब है उसमें जो भी हमने बफर लैब का बात किया था, आई विल गिव देम टाइम टू कंप्लीट ऑल दिस स्टफ. And likewise, whatever the pending doubt, queries, and all the stuff we have that we are going to be discussed. Regular lecture is going to be as it is. We are going to discuss one by one, whatever the revision, whatever the extra practice we required, that all we are going to be do kind of the time by time. Now it's time, it's near about 2 hour. Everybody write their attendance, their enrollment number, and then they can leave and wait for the next lecture you have.
हेलो सर।
यस प्लीज बोलिए।
सर फेल टू सेंड आ रहा।
मुझे भेज दीजिए। हाँ, नंबर
हाँ,
बोलिए आपका।
78 CE 78।
CE 78। ओके।
थैंक यू।
हेलो सर।
बोलिए पार्थ, बोलिए।
हाँ सर, मेरा वो नेट कनेक्शन लो था ना, इसलिए सर मैंने वो अटेंडेंस का मैसेज डाला था, वो लेट बहुत आया था, शायद पता नहीं हुई नहीं हुई। D2D4
नंबर
नंबर
बोलिए
सर।
आपका क्या।
D2D D4 D2D4 नंबर।
आईटी में या कंप्यूटर में।
हाँ हाँ, कंप्यूटर में। सी
ठीक है,
कंप्यूटर।
ओके डन डन, चलिए देख लेता हूँ।